Yes, yes, yes. What's going on? Another handsome beatdown. Beatdown Brown and Handsome Mandela. Schwebel Room Mechanics.
Indeed. Yes, sir. Auto bodies ready to put in that work.
Yeah, yeah. How you feeling, brother?
Hey, man, just glad to be above ground. You feel me?
Definitely, definitely. Speaking of folks that ain't about to be above ground, allegedly, because they burying their own careers.
Oh my gosh.
Because they
Yo,
burying their own careers, man.
yo.
What's up? Hey, man. We're just going. We would like to put a. I'd like to file a petition on behalf of our brother that Drake is no longer allowed to call himself Aubrey because there's only one Aubrey I respect. Just like they said, the only badass they respect is Boosie. The only Aubrey we respect is Sauce on Bread, man, aka Low Sodium.
Hey, well, hold up. In addition to that, he can't call himself Drizzy no more neither, because the only Drizzy we respect is Drews.
It's Jay
So,
Drews, yeah. So I think I'd like to file a petition with with the Southern Court of with the Southern New York Court right there that
that
this cat
part,
can't go by either one of those monikers, man. I need a legal name change. He is no longer Aubrey, and he can no longer call himself Drizzy.
that
And
part,
on behalf of both of our brothers, man, thank
that
you.
part, that part.
I'd like you to take your hands off of both of them names on behalf of both of our brothers. We gonna put it in.
Facts. Facts.
But what we're talking about for those who are living up under rocks. So Drake at first, early in the morning after court hours on the 15th, he went and took away those two payola inquiries. And it's like, oh, okay, this cat that came to his senses, man. He about to go ahead and stop all this madness and go ahead and get on with his life. And he's like, nope, 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 nope. I can't help but make y'all keep talking about me for all the wrong reasons. And goes forward and throws out a full-on lawsuit for defamation of character in the Southern New York courts for the doggone Not Like Us record.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to Abso-fucking-lutely. Shout out to the Struggle Stream. Shout out to Curtis King, because that was the three off top that I followed to go through it. Shout out. Struggle Stream had me crying
oh
with
my
the way they handled it, man.
God.
First of all, I'd like to say that Briss is in full violation for that DMX prayer that he started Detroit with.
Oh, but yo, that shit was fucking hilarious, bruh.
It was hilarious, but dog, I was walking through a store. People are looking at me like damn near crying. I did not need that walking in public.
You knew what you was getting into when you put that shit on.
Yeah. I knew what I was getting into when I turned that
It's
on.
like he knew what he was getting into when he replied.
Oh man. But then Abso-fucking-lutely literally breaking down every molecule of that
Yo,
court
that
document.
not only was it funny, but it was brilliant. Brilliantly funny. Brilliantly hilarious, because she did definitely break everything down to the smallest compound
Yo,
for
man.
common folks to understand. But her reactions to that shit, bruh, oh my God, I was on the floor crying because that shit was hilarious.
Yo, I know if she actually ever watches the stream or any of her viewers get this, they will be upset with me for putting her in the same room as this, and don't take offense to it. But just the only thing some of those responses could be compared to is when Kelly was sitting up there like, y'all killing me with this shit.
Bro.
Like, dog, that was absolutely stupid. From the fact of, can we get into the lies to start with? The dramatic storytelling of, one, revisionist history. That's why you have to follow this. Is the constant microwaving, retelling, respinning of all this narrative with the fact of, all right, y'all know what y'all did to Abel. Y'all know what y'all did to Abel's manager. There is no motherfucking gangbangers from LA coming up there and doing anything up in Canada. I don't care how connected they are or whatever. They ain't coming up there and doing nothing. Y'all know who y'all did it to. Y'all know why everything that happened at the air quote embassy happened. So let's not lie about it. But the biggest lie that happened out of all this is, remember when that shooting first took place at the embassy,
And
and it
they
was
said
like,
that he wasn't there and it had nothing to do with Not Like Us?
but all of a sudden, oh, what happened because of this record? And Drake was in there with his family. It's up there's like, wait, but when the news broadcast said, they said he wasn't there. But all this dramatic retelling, you know, Dr. Drake medicine woman was up there applying pressure to wounds, and is up there playing House MD up at his crib with little Adonis watching with tears in his eye. I'm up there's like, really, dog? The dramatic storyteller is ridiculous with this one.
It's
Y'all
fucking
know what
insane, bro. It's
y'all
fucking
know what's going on.
insane.
And that shooting happened after somebody rode down on some of Weekend's people, correct?
Yeah, supposedly ain't that what the story said?
Yeah. There was stuff that went on with Weekend's people. That all of a sudden there was something that happened at the embassy.
So this is
Uh,
Canadian on Canadian violence.
but we want to say it's because of the Like That record. I mean, not the Like That record. It's because of the Not Like Us record. Okay. I love what we broke down when the breakdown comes down, going through all this stuff, going through the lyrics and saying he's never been convicted of being a criminal PDF. That
Bruh.
wasn't the question. It's
But
like your
but the
question,
part that killed me was how everything said Drake and not Aubrey.
yeah, you're talking about what this has done to him and how it's damaged his life. We don't care about your stage name. What it did to your family. You're not talking about Aubrey Graham. You keep talking about Drake, Drake, Drake. It's what you did to your career and what you have done. And I love how UMG went back out, and this is what Struggle Stream did via that other source. Sorry, I can't cite that other source. Go to Struggle Stream. They told who gave it to him. But
Mm-hmm.
the fact that UMG is like, you went and put your neck out there. You keep hopping into these battles your whole career, and we kept propping you up and putting your music out. No matter what you said, your whole career, we've been going ahead and letting you do this. You did this to you, which is what we're saying. How are you crying because this diss was effective? You're lying saying, oh yeah, I had to take my kid out of school. I'm pretty sure your kid is not in public school in Canada.
That part.
I'm pretty sure your kid is not in public school in Canada. Let's not sell that lie. Okay. The other thing too is when they's up there is like, yeah, when the shots came out and fired, the shooters was like, fuck Drake. Now, I don't know about you, and Struggle Street broke this down. Yeah, you can scream something out
But
on the
that
West
don't mean it's
Coast,
because of that shit.
but let's go there for a second. We seen what the compound looked like, what the embassy looked like, right?
Right.
If you were right up on the gate and scream something out, even if that door was open,
Who gonna hear it?
so you heard fuck Drake all the way up that driveway over all the noise of people being in the house. Like I said, I'm talking about with the door open. You heard that? I'm pretty sure them gunshots would have sounded like a faint echo from a distance with the distance you gotta go through that house.
And it's
But
not
you
like
heard when,
y'all was out, not like y'all was outside partying.
dog, like I said, the original news broadcast said y'all wasn't there. So come on, man. But I love how
Oh
they said,
man.
is up there's like they twisted his record and said his record certified lover boy and called him a certified PDF. It's like, dog, I love how they keep trying to prove his innocence and where would this come from? And nothing supports all this. One, besides all your questionable activity that's been highly publicized. But why don't we quote the line before that? Baca, your boy, got a weird case. Why is he around?
Right.
Then it's
Right.
certified lover boys.
Right.
So
Exactly.
can we talk about known associates that you celebrate?
I mean, well,
Because
here's the thing that even makes it even worse. For one,
mm-hmm,
Kendrick ain't stupid. He knows
mm-mm.
how to recite things. With all the double and triple entendres and everything that he spits, especially during this stuff, he can go to court and be like, I was talking about this.
Like I
I was talking
said,
about that.
I'm talking about your known associates. That's why he said not certified lover boy. He said certified lover boys.
And the whole A minor part. We know that's a double entendre and what that means as well. So,
Yep.
but the
But
part that killed me was how they were trying to say that the third verse, they were trying to accuse him of being anti-Semitic. Are you fucking serious?
because he's calling him a colonizer because of his other roots. It's like, no, did you not listen to the whole verse? How he approaches his associations, how he acts like everybody's friends with him, but they're not friends with him. And he uses them to keep himself relevant. He's not a colleague, he's a colonizer.
But
No, it's
not
your
just that. Absa even said, she was like, yo, I just realized something. She was like, Jewish folks didn't colonize this country. The Puritans did. So that right there makes his whole story irrelevant.
yeah, because that's not what he was saying. Absolute, complete, and total foolishness. And it's just this is what I got before when we did the Lupe joint. When it's up there's like you dog whistle and throw stuff out there in order to get people to play that sympathy play or to jump on like, hey, that does sound about right. Hey, they did do this. And that's why it's like this whole thing is crazy. It's we could go on for 1,000,001 years breaking down everything, but everybody broke it down to the marrow. I just wanted to add our 2 cents on it. You got anything else you want to say on it where I just call bullshit?
Actually, yeah. Not even
Go ahead.
just check it. Because I want to say it was Complex. I looked on my phone and it said that Pusha T was like, yeah, this beef with Kendrick then actually affected Drake's soul. That's why he owned this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And going back from that Pusha T shit, why wasn't nothing filed then? Because he exposed that you had a kid, bruh, that you didn't tell nobody about.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, why are we filing a defamation suit on a song that you made a reply to? If that was the case and it was really on like that, that The Heart Part 6 should have never came out. Where in that same song, you basically said everything that this statement is saying. Drake isn't on the offender list. Well, we ain't talking about Drake. Your real name is not Drake. So that also makes it irrelevant and on some bullshit because that's like, okay, you're trying to make something true because, right, your real name ain't Drake. So you're I'm not going to say it's a false truth, but you're steering it to that shit, which goes
That,
along the dog whistling thing. And this is my last point.
go ahead.
Not only did I think it got to his soul because the song was so hot, but then look at the Super Bowl aspect of it on how he got that. Now, take that and take it where it's in New Orleans. and how the man that you're signed to was in his feelings about that shit that he didn't get it, which is a whole other topic that we already spoke on.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that the man that you signed to and the man that you just failed to in this beef had spoken, literally spoken to each other, and the man that you were signed to told the man that you failed to in beef, hey, kill the Super Bowl. So the fact that he ain't like, well, fuck this nigga and all this shit, like, oh, what kind of feels like betrayal? Well, I mean, if that's the case, man, how was it when you was with a so-called female of his that he was in jail with and you slept with?
This is what everybody brings up. This cat has all this beef and all these gripes with all these people because they ain't really his brothers, they ain't really his friends, and they fake and they siding with Kendrick and they jamming to this and they ain't supporting him. But he's had a history of doing everyone around him foul. Everybody's talking about like, oh, Nicki Minaj came up for him, but Nicki kind of fell off on him. But he's up there constantly hanging with Lotto, that is Nicki Minaj's op right now.
And he's dating her sister though?
Something like that. But
Yeah,
it's like, you know, Nicki Minaj and Lotto hate each other's guts right now. Nicki's supposed to be your girl, but you up there hanging with Lotto like that.
I mean, but
you up there
sleeping though too. This ain't the first time that she been in a weird spot with this dude.
Exactly.
And the only beef that he won, she was in a weird spot. Is that a world tour or your girls tour?
Yeah, you're constantly playing the people that are supposed to be your people. So are you the op? And we already know the answer to that. But this is what I'm saying. You want unity and brotherhood and sisterhood and everything else, and no new friends and be my real friend, and y'all all fake. But you the fakest of them all, dog. And that's why the petition that you could no longer go by Aubrey or Drizzy is being put in. And look, bruh. And this is all fictitious. I am not going to put up a record, but allegedly we gonna put up a petition in the southern New York courts that you can no longer go by those two names, because the only two that the world recognizes is Sauce on Bread, aka Low Sodium, and Jay Drews.
That part.
Because, dog, all of this stuff is so paper thin, man. And the fact of trying to spin all these narratives, the biggest thing, and I'm going to get out of here on this one, but how are you going to say defamation of character because the song took off and launched off and everything like that? But in the Heart Part 6, you said we fed you that information.
That part too. So...
And even you double speaking out your neck on that was saying, yo, man, whoever in the same song, whoever gave y'all the information, some clowns. But we gave you the information. Dog, all of this. I would love to see how quick the skipping stone out of court this case is. Because it's just like, I want UMG to be like, hey, we want to submit to y'all the Heart Part 6, his version, and tell us how much validity does this case have.
Mm-hmm.
But also on top of that, we want you to look at this man's career and look at the fact of this cat has constantly been jumping off the bridge and starting with everybody, and we promoted the mess out of him. We took down Meek Mill on his behalf. He got torn up by Pusha T, but we still put him out there with Pusha T for this. We let him go after whoever else he wanted, and win or lose, he did what he did, and it was all good then. But just because it rained on his parade here, he's going to conflate it all over the place. You literally, if it really goes there and want to go to defamation, Miss Whitney, you got a case, baby. Go get him.
Bruh, I mean, and not to add to that, what makes this even more moist is the fact that, okay, you got this going on, but then you want to start another beef with somebody who can basically end your shit as well. And I'm talking about LeBron.
Boy, you're up there sitting with you and your main dog whistler academics up there talking real greasy on LeBron. And LeBron can, hey, that's really how the embassy will get shut down. You up there making false accusations and claims and throwing out little subtle shots about LeBron and his life, everything else. Dog, he's playing a real sloppy game, and it's gonna go real bad. We definitely gonna have a part 2 on this action. But I wanted to make
For
sure
sure.
we
For sure.
I wanted to make sure with these shows we back to back them real quick and make sure we got them in. So
Definitely.
definitely thank everybody for watching.
For sure.
Thank y'all for like, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to the
Indeed.
new subscribers. Thank you to my illustrious co-host for making sure that you was able to hop in with me real quick
No
and and
doubt.
do your thing. And yeah, we'll be back. And don't forget to
Indeed.
cop that merch. T Public, Handsome Mandela. T Public, the Beatdown.
For sure.
Anything else, brother?
Nah, just speedy recovery to wit.
Yeah. And follow the Schwebel Room. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all should already be subscribed. Peace.